right. Didn't do it right. Wouldn't be a Tundra stream. Hey, there we are. We got it. That might have been the quickest fix in the history of all Tundra Nation streams ever in the history of mankind. Not that we've been going on that long, but all right, guys, we are live. Hey, guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight on Tundra Talk, you are welcome into hell. What?
Whoa. Huh?
What?
I'm the Colonel. I mean the devil.
What? All right, boys and girls, excuse me. We're gonna have a grand old time tonight. I want to say thank you for joining us. This, Tundra Nation. I get it. But you know, get fuck nerd, because I've had a long day. I've had a long day creating content for you fine degenerates, and I am allowed to make a mistake from time to time, and my
alter ego comes out every now and again.
But hey, when that happens, we kind of allow it, because if you don't,
he's gonna fuck you up.
But yeah, Hypo, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Traumatized now.
Are you?
Mildly. No, not really.
It's okay, let it happen.
Jesus Christ.
I'm already drunk as shit, dude. It's gonna be a hell of a night, and we're gonna have some damn fine times. But before we go too far on, I must say, party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
Damn right. Let's get an F in chat for all those Wayne's World fans out there that don't nearly get as much respect as they deserve. How is the evening treating you this fine evening?
How is the evening treating you this fine evening?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderfully.
Wonderful.
I am excited and happy to be here. Fuck. And you, sir, you're doing wonderful. You're apparently alone. Everybody go to his house right now.
No. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you.
Bring bags of dicks, apparently.
No. God, okay, seriously, don't do that. Like, that's a big fucking no-no.
Reference Rule 13, BT dubs.
I thought it was Rule 12 now.
No, it's 13.
Is it 13? Oh, yeah, okay.
13. Yep.
Oh, dear
yep,
God.
We got a lot of rules.
Oh, dear God. Tony, you're the only person that's probably allowed over at my house at this point, so yeah. But still don't show up, because I'm seriously, I'm exhausted, and all of the energy that I'm putting on right now is coming from liquor and drugs, because I'm seriously just beat up. It's been a hell of a day, and I've literally, so I think I spent, with travel, I think I spent close to 7 hours doing videos today, and then I spent another 3, maybe close to 4 hours editing so that I could get a video out this week.
That far away?
No, it's I mean, it's I don't know, with a stop for food, it's probably 2 hours, and then we were there, so 2 hours both ways, and we were there for 4, so 8 hours, roughly thereabouts. Okay. So you know, it was we left here at 10. I got back at 5, so 7 hours.
It's a long day.
And then another 4 hours editing. But the good news is, I'm fairly confident, ladies and gentlemen, that I have, at least maybe in my opinion, the funniest Tundra video of all time queued up and ready to go. I'm really, really excited about this one. But before we dive too much into the show, let's get things started. Hypo, you know what to do. Full send, buddy. Who got it?
Based on whom reminded me that we needed to open the waiting room, I'm going to say Crazy Eyes.
Oh, finally, he drops one. At least according to my screen, we got Joseph Detmer or React 942. He says, yo.
Oh, okay.
He says, yo. A very close and misinterpreted, at least according to my screen, was a Crazy Eyes in number 2, claiming to be first, erroneously. Carnage also claiming to be first, erroneously, apparently. Let's see, we got Damien saying not last, and he is true, or he's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. What he says is true, I think is what I'm saying. Trauma saying, hey y'all. Cat Milk saying, back from Meadfield Rants. Yeah, Meadfield Rants had kind of a hell of a show tonight. I only got to tune in to about 35 seconds of it, just to drop the hey guys, I love you, and to welcome Ash back into the country and back home. If you guys don't know, Ash, Angel of Verdun, one of our closest friends, has made it back from her deployment and is now back in America and having a grand old time, not skipping a beat and getting right on those mead-fueled rants right away. David Underwood is saying, well, hello there, all of you at the Tundra Nation, and hello to you, Mr. David Underwood.
Well, hello there.
Brian says, I want to know what my optic says about me. Well, Brian, I would have to first know what your optic is. And then hand it off to my writer. Dickie B saying he's dropping the Ric Flair going woo, full woo, woo. N7X Ranger says at Tundra Nation, the last time I was this drunk, I bid on 2 guns and bought tomahawks, ramen, and video games. That was last Saturday night, and dare I say, it was a good Saturday night. It was a good Saturday night.
It's a good Saturday night.
It's because you're here with the Tundra Nation, right? Let's see. We got C. Stargo saying just simply tequila. That is a recipe for nudity. That just happens when I drink tequila. I get naked. So nobody please take advantage.
So
yeah. Nobody please take advantage of that.
You can fight naked.
No, I'll tell you what. If I get naked, you start fighting.
Yes.
That's the deterrent. That's mutually assured destruction, because nobody wants to fight Hypo. He's a tiny man with a big beard.
Yeah, with tiny man issues. Yeah.
Exactly. So
it's like
that's
Napoleon.
Yeah, that's just something you don't want to mess with. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, Napoleon took over fucking France.
And just run at you.
Now, granted, hey, Hypo, how many gears does a French tank have?
How many gears does a French tank have?
6. 5 for reverse.
Okay.
And 1 for forward, just in case they get attacked from behind. Oh, man. Oh, man. I've been sitting on that one for a while. Somebody will make a joke out of that. Let's see. Who else? Operator Tony's obviously in the house. OP Tony is what I'm calling him from now on because of the rhyming. OP Tony. Operator Tony, good buddy of mine, also one of our moderators, dropping the links to the Tundra Nation Discord. Make sure you guys join up on that, by the way. Let's see, we got Blobfish. Blobfish says, switch to water as I don't want to get messy drink. And I believe he meant drunk, which would allude to the fact that you are already... Yeah, he follows it up with drunk. Good call switching to water. Dr. Catmuck says, too late. And you should listen to the doctor. Because while he may be a doctor of cat milk, he went to 8 years of schooling for that. He deserves his title. My dude says at C Stargo, every time I reload, I notice I tend to have less ammo than I did. Yeah, ain't that the way it goes? Tiberius says, what's up, homies? What's up to you, buddy? Let's see. William Cooper says, I'm here. And we are glad that you are, Mr. William Cooper. Bill, Will, whatever you go by, we are happy that you're here. Of course, Josh is here, our good buddy that we read the email for last week. He says, doesn't law enforcement get ammo sent to them first? Fuck no, dude. I know plenty of cops. They're hurting just as bad as we are.
They are.
Who else do we got in the chat? Trauma. We already talked about Trauma. He doesn't get a second mention because he's just I'm just kidding. I love you, Trauma. JBox702 says, what's up, nation? Thanks for the shout out. I do believe he means shout out. So JBox, maybe ease up on the old boozicles as well. Scott Pig says, well, I would definitely do things just for some primers, or for just some primers. I've heard of this. Apparently there's a big primer shortage going on. Going around. Now, I'm not a reloader, so that's just not something that'd be on my radar, but apparently even reloading now is not necessarily a solution to the ammunition shortage, which means we are in standby.
Dire straits.
Not the 80s band.
Okay, I was wondering if we needed to get some refrigerators.
Fuck you, big boy.
So anyways, moving on, we got Tranquil the Cat. He says, what's up, peeps? Now, Tranquil, you may have been here more than one episode, but I have been true drunk, which is true, too drunk to notice your name in the past. So are you new? Is this your first show? You've been lurking around for a while. Welcome, and happy to have you here. Of course, Lag Demon. 28 people watching and only 10 likes. Come on, people, hit that thumbs up button, and I could not agree with him more. If you all don't hit that thumb button right now, you're scumbag degenerates, and your family just doesn't love you. Probably thinks you're adopted. So if you don't want to feel that way,
why there's not so many likes.
yeah.
I think it's probably true.
If you don't want to feel that way, make sure to hit that like button and tell your friends. If everybody out there in the Tundra Nation got one person next week to join, we would literally double our stream. And imagine what we could do if we convinced those next 30 some odd people to bring their next 30 friends in. Oh my gosh, it's almost like it's a team effort. So do your fucking job. Okay?
Or a Ponzi scheme. Either way, it works.
Either or. Bryce is saying, why isn't it starting? It's late. I was about 7 seconds late. I apologize, Bryce, for not being perfect.
Jeez.
Neither are
Nice,
you.
Bryce.
Hey, you woke up late today. Not saying, just saying. Although you did beat me down to the venue, so, but that's mostly because of his insane driving habits. Minneapolis and Minnesota Highway Patrol, if you're watching this, just ignore a guy that looks somewhat relatively similar to me, just skinnier and shorter while driving. Who else do we got? Leg Demon has Hypoluxia guy. N7X Ranger says, I'm here, and we're happy that you are, sir. Tiberius, of course, at Tundra Nation. New camera? Hypo? You look disturbingly high def. Well, apparently Tiberius has not been around for a few weeks because this is a new camera, technically, but not new to the Tundra Nation. You've had this for, what, about 3 months now? 3 months?
3 months.
So, and it's working out well. Well. William Cooper, we already talked about, I think. Precision Holsters in the chat, of course. Scott, my buddy from Precision Holsters, says, hell yeah, just stopping by to say hi. I'll be listening while I get some late night work in. Well, outstanding, Scott. Hopefully we can provide some late night entertainment, and not that late night entertainment, but maybe one day.
Or on Cinemax or OnlyFans.
Richard Olson says, at Precision Holsters, ETA on the Canic holster. Ooh, that is a good question. Who knows?
Yeah. Some important internet personalities are requiring this for their personal safety.
Let's see. We have some degeneracy being propagated by Ranger and Tranquil the Cat in chat right now.
I see Mr. Joseph Carnes, aka Joe Linux.
Joe Linux is in the house. Welcome, Joe. We're happy to have you here, sir. We got Bulldog. He says, hi, it's Mose. Oh, Mose. Shit, yeah. All right. Here's for you, Mose. Mose is the king of the fart soundboards on the Discord, and that is direct close circuit to him. Who else do we got?
Last weekend.
Brian, is this your first show, really? Because I feel like I've seen you here many, many times before. But if on the off chance that I've just been too drunk to notice or misinterpreting your profile picture from somebody else's, welcome. I'm just going to cover my bases by saying that. Who cares if I'm wrong? Who else do we got? William Cooper, Bryce, of course, Trauma, Blobfish, and then it just jumps to the bottom. Dickie B! Oh, fucking Dickie B is in the house. Big boy, Big boy number 2 is saying, you suck. Thank you very much for the kind words, and we appreciate that. Eddie Davenport says, what? I don't know if he's trying to be German, but you know, me love you long time.
We have ways to make you talk.
But yeah.
Fuck you, big boy.
Let's see. Tyrion fan saying, updating Discord. Well, everyone's got to do it at some point. Oh gosh, we got Cat 101st. He says, DCM Cat 101 here, chilling. Welcome, and we appreciate you chilling with us. And then I believe the last one we got is Mr. Special, of course, the specialist of specials, Mr. Special himself. Did we get Eddie Davenport a shout out? I don't think so. He says, this second show, I lurk in the Discord. Welcome, Eddie. Happy to have you here, and thanks for joining up with the Discord. Guys, we are live, episode number 11. It is time to
start the degeneracy.
Yes, guys, we're going to have a great show for you tonight. It's going to be a fun one filled with Ask Tundra Nation, filled with top comments of the week, filled with hypos, hot takes, pretty much just the same stuff that you're used to, and me ranting and raving on like a mad lunatic like I am normally used to doing, because right now I am so tired I don't give a fuck. IDGAF, that is the acronym. I don't give a fuck about what goes on tonight. Actually, I do. You guys aren't allowed to do whatever you want. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Trust me, there are rules. Hypo, I'm sure I've asked you this already, but tell us how you're doing.
You did. I'm doing all right. I'm like I said, I'm happy to be here. And I think it's going to be a good show tonight.
It is going to be a good show. Yeah, it's going to be a good show. So
you're having a good day. I'm having an okay day.
Fair enough.
Balance out. Be mediocre.
Hey, let's do some quick housekeeping here, and then we'll dive right into Hypo's hot takes. How's that sound? All right, ladies and gentlemen, quick bit of housekeeping here. If you haven't already, or if you're not privy to the information, we do have our own official Discord. You can find the link to the Discord in the description below. And as we went over the last couple of weeks, was it last week or the week before? I think it was last week that we did like the big team shout out as to why everyone should join Discord. I think that was last week.
It was last week with a special little man sleeping.
Yes, Tufu was caught sleeping on camera. And we did some live commentary on that. But guys, if you are not part of the Discord already, please go ahead and do so. It is a fantastic time. And that is not just me saying this. Everybody here in the chat that is part of the Discord, give a shout out and tell them why you love to be in the Discord, courtesy of the Tundra Nation and the community that you've gotten to know and the friends that you've made while there. If you guys feel like stepping it up, I have a special request tonight for you. YouTube has stepped up their demonetization game against us. Our most recent video that has literally nothing to do with the sale of firearms has been demonetized for promoting the sale of firearms. So I'm going to make a special ask for you guys to support the channel monetarily to help me make up some of that lost cost. As you guys know, this is what I rely on to put food on the table for Ellie and Megan and make sure that the channel can go on. And that we can provide the cool content that we get to do for you guys. As of recently, you know, we had the luxury of being able to spend some of that hard-earned money, getting a new computer and a couple new toys for the channel to make sure that the production quality is up top, tip-top shape, and ready to go for you guys so that you can enjoy it on a weekly basis. And I really don't want to have to give that up, so I have to go back to a 9-to-5 job because that'll put us, that'll at least cut our content production in half. So I'm going to make a special plea to the people out there. If you guys have enjoyed the Tundra Nation, we have Patreon tiers from $2 a month all the way up to $50 a month. And if everybody in the chat that wasn't already a member of Patreon hopped on there and you know, as long as you can afford it. Like, I'm not asking you to break the bank. If you can't, no big deal. Excuse me. And if you just don't want to at this point, if you're brand new, totally fine. Let us prove our D value. But if you have enjoyed us for a significant period of time, we do need a little bit of help because it looks like YouTube's going to be coming after pretty much every video that we put out at this point, and that will mean that the money that we're making from that has essentially allowed me to quit my day job and focus on this full time will more than likely be going away, and we need to make that up somewhere else. So I'm pleading for you guys to help support the channel by any means necessary. You can do that in one of two ways. If you feel like donating direct to us, which is our preferred method, you can find us on PayPal at Tyler, or using the email address at tyler@tundratactical.com. That is TYLER at tundratactical.com. The alternative method that we prefer is Patreon, of course, using the website patreon.com/tundratactical. And like I said, we have tiers all the way from $2, I believe it's $2, $5, $10, $20, and $50 a month. So depending on how much you love us and depending on how much entertainment you've taken away from us, hey, how about giving some of that thanks back? And we'd really, really appreciate it. It'd give us a bit of a safety net. Maybe one day I could actually pay Hypo for his hard work. Maybe. I didn't say I was going to. I said I have the intention to at some point. So if you guys want to see Hypo get paid one day, start floating some cash this way, and we would be eternally grateful. Thank you very much, guys. There are a few other ways to donate, and if Patreon and or PayPal is kind of against your moral code, please get in contact with me directly using the email address tyler@tundratactical.com, and we can discuss some options. But let's see. Outside of that, you know, subscribe to the channel, make sure that notification bell's rung, that type of deal. And make sure to subscribe to the Tundra Nation if you aren't already. Yeah, you know, it's kind of a bummer, man. I was really cheesed about the whole YouTube demonetizing our most recent video because it literally has like nothing to do with the sale of firearms. It's what your optic says about you. We literally don't even talk about the sale of firearms, yet we're still getting demonetized from it. And it's just like the strictest form of censorship that I've ever encountered, and now it's starting to affect my daily life, and it kind of sucks. But I'm not gonna let it get me down, because I know the Tundra Nation shall prevail and come through, so that we can continue doing what we love to do. Right? Please make me feel happier.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I can't do that.
It's okay. This will make me feel happier. Yeah, right. So yeah, guys, please help us out and support us. Maybe one day in the near future, with enough of the Patreon support, with enough of the PayPal support, we can just demonetize all of our videos by default and not have to worry about YouTube trying to make this stupid sick fucking power play. And
you know what's great though is you don't have to pay me pretty soon, because apparently I got a lot of support from my OnlyFans page. So
that does help. Yeah, I've seen it. It's disgusting. I'm scarred for life. But good for you.
I'm sorry.
Good for you. No, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I ain't kink shaming. I ain't kink shaming. Hey, hey, I'll tell you what. How about a little fucking mind boggler for you? What if kink shaming was my kink? You couldn't kink shame me for shaming your kink.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's some Inception level stuff right there.
Get out. Don't at me, bro. Don't at me. Don't at me.
At me.
So.
Damn, sound.
Well, Hypo, what's new in the life of the people out on the west coast of the, or western-ish area of the United States? What are you guys up to over there where it's nice and toasty?
Sweating our asses off.
I've heard.
We had a series of rainstorms, which was a lot of fun. So if you've never experienced a thunderstorm, thunder shower in the middle of summer in Nevada.
Oh, not in Nevada. Excuse me. No.
In the middle of Nevada, where it's 120 degrees. Well, 118. Let me be accurate here. 118 degrees. Rain starts pouring. Wind is blowing 100 miles per hour. Not joking. And you open your door. Have you ever gone to your dishwasher and pulled it open immediately after the dishes were done, and this hot whisk and right in your face?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this steamy, disgusting wind. That's basically what we were living in.
Yikes!
And it's continued to be.
Yeah, welcome to the northern Midwest in the summertime. That can be a constant here, and I'll be perfectly honest. We've had a pretty easy time of it this year in terms of the heat. Very rarely has it been above the 90-degree mark here, but when it does, we're looking at 80%, 90% humidity. So, we're
it's pretty gross.
Just
add boils and skin lighting on fire.
Ooh, big oof. That is a definite big oof there. But the
spontaneous combustion's a real problem here.
The nice thing for us is we've had it pretty easy this year in terms of weather, but normally summertime in Minnesota is not what you would think it is. If you're not from the northern Midwest here, you would think that Minnesota is a cold place. It is it is the ass end of Hoth, 90% of the year. And that is not the case. That is absolutely not the case. We are Florida Junior during the summertime and Alaska Junior during the wintertime. Actually, sometimes even significantly colder than Alaska. Technically, yeah, go ahead.
Why isn't it called Kolth?
Kolth, yeah, right? I've heard that one before. All right, let's give a couple of quick shout outs here for the love of the Tundra Nation. Dickie B dropping $50. Thank you, Dickie, for the support, man. That $50 that you send every week has been a huge help in making sure that we keep the equipment stocks and stores for the Tundra Nation up so we can keep producing videos. Trauma dropping $28.83. Into the chat today, or into the PayPal today. And then we got Mr. N7X Ranger dropping the 5 bones out, saying shout out to Carnage for writing a fantastic video. Outstanding, man. And yeah, the oof is loof there. Carnage was the one who actually wrote this week's video. Not a lot of you guys realize that. A lot of people were saying, oh, Eric did a great job on that one. And that's kind of a bit of an honorific to Carnage, because my task to him was, try to write a video the same way that Eric would, and I thought he did a fantastic freaking job. What do you think, Hypo?
Was it Carnage or N7?
Carnage.
Okay, shit.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
And 7X Ranger wrote the outline for the skit that we did today.
Oh, okay. I was mixed up. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, no, Carnage, if you're watching, dude, actually you are watching, I see in chat, man. You did such a freaking good job with that, and I'm very proud of you. Well done, sir, and I can't wait to see what the next bit is. I did get your DM. I will not be reading it probably until I get up on vacation, because as soon as I get off the live stream tonight, I'm gonna be spending probably another 4 hours getting this video ready, so that we can get a video to you guys this week. For those of you guys who don't know, I am heading off on a vacation, a little vacation, albeit, but a vacation nonetheless. I'm heading up north for the week, and if I do not get this video done tonight, which means burning the midnight oil till about 2-3 in the morning editing, there will not be a Tundra video this week, and I don't want to make that happen, especially with the demonetization of the current video. I want to try to get as best we can, covering that cost and making sure that the Tundra Nation is taken care of. So I can't make a promise to you guys, but I will do my damnedest. I will do my very, 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 very best to make sure this video gets done before I have to leave in the morning, and make sure that we schedule it for a Friday release. Now, a little bit of an update for the Tundra Nation here. Just as an analytics test, we will be switching our weekly releases from a Thursday at noon to a Friday at noon. So make sure that you guys remember that. If you're wondering what's happening, like where's the video on Thursday, it's going to be moving, at least for the foreseeable future, to a Friday release for probably 2-3 months, and then once we have that analytics data to see which video or which week, which day of the week even works best for us, we'll settle into something a little bit more consistent. And gosh, I think that takes care of it. Yeah, donate to the channel. Please help us out. We're hurting with that last big video getting demonetized. And Fridays instead of Thursdays for video releases. And that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Hey, right? Shall we move on? Shall we move on to Hypo's hot takes?
We did this in 27 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad for us. I mean, we have a tendency. Well, I have a tendency to ramble on.
Well, we got a lot of people to give shout outs to. You got a lot of stuff to say for your housekeeping.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm a lot more pissed off than I'm leading on to be, but it is what it is. I know the Tundra Nation will step up and support us. So, shall we move on to Hypo's hot takes?
Good. We should.
All
I
right.
gave you a bit of a teaser, and a few people know what I'm going to talk about tonight.
Can I do the bit?
Can you do the bit, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the segment of the show called Hypo's Hot Takes. The segment of the show where Hypo gets to take over. You say? You talking to me? The segment of the show where Hypo gets to take over and pose a question to me and the chat. And we get to marvel in the response. So let's take it away, Hypo.
Just remember, you people paid for this.
Yes, you did. That's why they love us, Hypo, because we're idiots.
Shit. Oh my God. Yes, we are. 100%. So, anyway. I talked to you a little bit about this off air.
Mhm.
You know, as well as few people do. And again, big shout out to Cypher for finding this for me. I'm a proud new owner of a Jericho 940
Oh.
EL9. Very nice. Very nice. I
Straight,
just recently found out.
straight from Israel?
Yeah, straight from Israel. I found out that gun actually is the official gun of Spike from Cowboy Bebop, which I did not know.
I did not know that either.
Yeah. I didn't either. So apparently I got a weeb gun without even knowing it. Weeb! So I bought this gun and I got it from a shop in Tennessee, had it FFL transferred here to Las Vegas to Bass Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Where I get
We're
them.
very familiar. Real quick,
Yes.
this is a closed circuit to Volk.
I'm an adult virgin.
All right, thanks Volk for joining, buddy. Unfortunately, Hypo couldn't hear that, but you'll have to watch it back. It was funny. Continue on, sir.
Okay. I will. Anyway, so I show up. I drive 2 hours to go to Bass Pro, which I have to go to Las Vegas for my FFL transfer. 2 hours in the hot summer sun with that.
Oof. How
beautiful
hot
thing.
was it?
It was so hot that. So I get there, stand in line, which, by the way, if you haven't, Tyler, how was your store set up during the beginning of this whole pandemic stuff?
Well, okay, so when I
Did
was
you guys have like a separate line for the counter to look at the guns and a separate line to actually purchase the firearms?
No. So they more than likely have changed protocol because they were like changing it every week while I was still at Cabela's, aka Bass Pro Light. We had customer limits in the store, so we would only allow 100 customers in at a time. And I'm sure that varies from place to place, from state to state, but literally 100% of those people came to the gun counter. So
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
So it was
And
like,
you know what's a little different? You had ammo at the time too.
what's that?
You had ammo at the time.
Well, I mean,
So
kinda.
the store has changed. Freaked me out when I walked in there.
Yeah.
Normally I'm used to walking in, see the big case of 22 like right next to the balcony, and you walk down, you got the ammo aisles, and that's all gone.
Dude, it's all gone. Yeah.
Refaced all of it. It's just accessories, and when
If
you
you're
come
lucky.
in, it's yeah, it's just totally weird.
Yeah, it's it's tough times. It's tough times on the retail side of firearms as a retail worker, and obviously as we all know, as customers, as retail customers. Did they have any 9mm? No, they probably did not.
I wanted so bad to go to every single register and go, "Do you got any 9mm?"
Oh, you're a terrible human being.
Terrible person, but I got to watch Karens actually do this in person. It was like watching National Geographic. Some woman came unglued to the manager. She's like, "Okay, wait. So you're telling me that you're opening a store with no product? How can you do this? How can you be in business if you're not able to give the people what they need, the consumers?"
Be like,
their
bitch,
products that
bitch,
they're
understand the times we in. Just that's why I stopped
Look.
working there, man. I mean, there were more reasons than just that, but let's be honest here. Like, the job itself was not terrible. It really wasn't. I'll now that I don't work there, I'll maintain that Cabela's / Bass Pro, not the best managed company I've ever worked for. There was a lot of stuff that was just dumb. That's the best way of putting it.
Well, that's corporate life, man. That's just how that goes.
But I so enjoyed the people that I worked with, and it was such a kind of like it was a place where, like, one of the few gun shops that I worked at where I didn't feel like there was that guy, that guy that I had to work with, that I watched him just drop every cringeworthy statement. I never worked with a guy like that there, and maybe my experience with Cabela's or Bass Pro is unique, and maybe that happens a lot at other ones, but I'm happy to report that at least on my end, it did not. But continue on, Hypo.
So I get there, 2-hour drive there, in the blazing heat, skin lighting on fire, as we previously established. I'm setting up a big story here for very big letdown.
Yeah,
actually.
very big build up for very little payoff.
That's
Welcome to the
everybody.
Tundra Nation.
Thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
There, I get to the counter finally after waiting in line, which was really bizarre because they, like I said, they had separate lines for people to look at the guns and for people who were actually buying firearms, and they were separated and kind of segregated off to their own little herded section over by the knife counter. The guy goes back to the back room to go look for my item. Comes back, he goes, I got nothing. After about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's the worst.
So I started to panic. I said, okay, well, here, I got my phone out, started bringing up everything, all the information I had for the firearm. He goes, okay, let me go grab the manager and we'll go look for it. Manager comes out, great guy, comes out with a bottle of water because I've been standing there for essentially an hour and a half at this point. Brings me a bottle of water. He says, you know what? Okay, here's the situation. We don't know where your gun is.
At least he was upfront about it.
Yeah, he was straightforward with me. And I'm getting to the point of my question for the evening. But he said, we don't know where your gun is. We're going to continue to look, though. So he goes back there again, comes back, and he says, okay, here's what we found. We found a Jericho in shipping and receiving. It showed up on the 13th.
Oh.
Yeah. So it showed up in shipping. On the 13th, they showed the record.
Mhm.
And I showed him the UPS document saying it was here on the 10th. He says, okay, there's a name on the box. It is not yours.
Oh, okay.
There is no other paperwork with it, though.
What?
It is just the manufacturer box, the actual retail box, IWI, the pretty black one that it ships with, and the name Morgan on there. And that's it.
Okay.
So he proceeds to give me the bad news and says, I can't get into the old system to look up anything. I can't get a hold of anybody. I can't match the serial to your order. I can't find any information you to this purchase, expecting me to lose my shit.
All right.
Luckily, found the greatest customer alive because I'm a very nice guy.
Hey,
And
you know what? From all retail workers out there, on behalf of them, we appreciate that.
I told him, I said, you know what? It's not worth losing your job over.
Hmm?
It's not worth putting the store at risk to give me my gun. My gun. My gun.
Hold on.
But
My gun.
thank you. But please look further. So he called the store manager because he was just the manager on duty. He called the store manager and she couldn't do anything to help. He says, I'll call you in the morning. So this morning I get a call stating that it did in fact find the guy who received the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And he got rid of the paperwork that came with it.
What?
Along with the shipping box.
He
the
just
shipping
straight
label.
got rid of it?
Got rid of it. Now here's the excuse. Is there was 472 items for transfer delivered that day.
Okay.
It was a big shipment. That's a lot of guns. The manager said that he would take care of me the night before, and I think he did, and I think he came through. He said that he was going to give me a certificate or a gift card for $50, take care of the transfer fees, all this stuff.
That's good.
So my question to you, Tyler, is hearing this whole situation, what went wrong and what went right? What did they do so horribly wrong?
Sure.
That could have put the entirety of that store at jeopardy.
Yeah, so the answer to both those questions is everything.
Completely, right?
Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, I was that guy. I was the guy, not literally in this case, but I held the same position as the guy who fucked up Hypo's order. They're called FOOs, Firearms Operations Outfitters, or Firearms Operations guys. And so their job is to essentially coordinate between the guys who literally ship and receive everything, which is a separate department in Bass Pro, with all of the firearm stuff. So if there are outgoing firearms, we package everything up, we get all the shipping labels ready to go, and then we run it back to the shipping and receiving guys, and they're responsible for actually like sending it out. But we do all the work, and then vice versa is when it comes in, the back room, the warehouse dudes, they accept the guns, they sign for it and everything, but we actually have to. So if you're unfamiliar with the kind of the operations side of an FFL, you have some very specific rules. And I don't know if I'm quoting Bass Pro's regulations here or federal regulations, but I believe that the federal regulation is when you receive a gun into your store, you have 24 hours from the time that gun is received to acquire it into your bound book. And if you're unfamiliar with what a bound book is essentially your tracking program for what guns you have on hand and what guns you're sending out.
Acquisitions,
dispositions, exactly. So what firearms that you've received, what firearms that you've sent out. And so that is usually controlled through an electronic bound book at this point in time. There are many, many different programs, and that was my job at Cabela's. It's not a hard job, but it's also not an easy job at the same time, because on your average day, it's kind of autopilot-y stuff. The best part about being a FOO with Cabela's or Bass Pro is I don't get to deal with customers. That was the best part. I get to sit in the back in a warehouse full of guns, just hanging out, and I have no obligation to deal with idiots, which is fantastic.
I bet.
I love it.
So let me let me stop you with that sentiment right there. So let's backtrack to last night.
Sure.
Situation where you got a firearm sitting there, shipping, receiving. They bring it up to the counter. Customer's there. Customer, I say, because they can't prove whom it belongs to. You've got a firearm with no tracing to whom
that's
it
bad.
belongs.
That's bad.
How bad of a situation is that for the people that don't understand?
Well, okay, so like, from like a legal perspective, it's not all that bad because that gun had to have been acquired. So from a legal perspective, everything's hunky dory. The gun's acquired in the system somewhere. It was either mistyped, annotated in some way, shape, or form. Somebody else's name or information was ascribed to your firearm. And so that was the mistake. And I've been on the receiving end of this complaint a couple of times because I can at least empathize with this employee saying that for a good, well, not a good portion, but for like a good 4-month portion of my time, and I talked to you about this ad nauseum, I was the only person shipping and receiving firearms for my entire store, which is one of the biggest stores in the upper Midwest. So we were doing 300-400, incoming, outgoing guns a day.
That's a lot.
And
that is a fucking ton.
You're bound at some point, just due to human error, to make a mistake. It's the retail world. It's a fast-paced thing, and we're fortunate to have customers who understand things like you do. So on kind of on behalf of that foo, I can express some gratitude having been in that situation, which it I felt I've screwed stuff up like that before. And the difference between me in a situation like that and your experience in a situation like that is I would have come into work. I would have gotten in my car, as long as Ellie didn't need anything, I would have gotten in my car and drove up to work and personally apologized to you. That's the thing that I would have done to make it right. And it's not a knock on that person.
No, for sure. And maybe they didn't reach out to him.
In all honesty, like when he told you that, I've met plenty of managers for Cabela's and Bass Pros. They're good people at heart, and really they're mostly customer focused and oriented. So when they tell you something, they're usually just trying to be real with you and saying like, hey, this no bullshit. For sure. Like no bullshit. This is what's going on. This is what happened.
Oh yeah, with this guy, he gave me his cell phone number. He said, when you come in to get it, whenever you can. I know you got a busy schedule. You're doing whatever. Call my cell phone. I want to be here personally. I'm not going to be here on the day that you say you're going to be here, but call me on my cell phone. I will meet you there. I want to do this for you.
That's good. That's good. So you got a good manager at that Bass Pro. He sounds a lot like a lot like my old boss, Michael Mihailov, who I have the utmost respect for. He would do the same thing for people. But it happens.
So let me ask you a question then. So, okay, let's play make believe for a second. Situation happens, and there's no doubt in either of our minds, this is my gun, right? There's no way that two people could have been ordering the exact same firearm from the same store in Tennessee the same day and arrived on the same day. Very, very tiny percentage. But say, for example, he kind of played into that as a manager, and he decided, you know what, it's yours, whatever, we're going to ignore it. We're going to put that gun on that 4473. We're going to put that serial number, right? And he was wrong.
Then it's a big...
It did belong to Morgan.
That's really bad. That is something that they could lose their FFL over.
Sure, and it's a real big deal to kind of back your way out of too.
It's impossible. It's impossible to back your way out of because
you're handing over a firearm that was purchased by somebody else.
Well, the way it works is when that firearm is acquired, there are certain details that need to be ascribed into the bound book.
Correct.
So
serial number being one of them.
Serial number being one of them, and a name associated with that serial number being the other. Now, that's not something that, by the way, just in case people are wondering, that's not something that makes its way out to the FBI during a NICS check. That is just something that's held internally from a federal regulatory standpoint. But it's not public information.
It's something that could never be found.
Well,
in
no,
the event
it's
that they were audited.
yeah, exactly. In the event that they were audited, that information absolutely could be found, but it's not something that like every time you buy a firearm, your name is attached to that, or
No,
you
it's
order a
just
firearm.
there.
But yeah, so when I used to acquire a gun, there were very specific criteria that I had to fill out. I had to fill out the caliber, the make, the model, so everything about the gun, the caliber, barrel length, the type of grip that it had. Did it have this? Did it have that? Did it have this? Did it have that? What's the name? What's the phone number? What's the address? Well, not phone number, but what's the address of the person that's ordering that? So that when they came to pick that up, and this is all corporate information. Once again, this is not something that gets sent off to the FBI during a NICS check. That we can match that all up. And this is only when you order a firearm and have it shipped in. It's not when you purchase a firearm direct through a big box store or any store for that matter, because every gun shop has to maintain a bound book by law.
Yeah,
now
but it gets extra bad when you have to ship something because now you have to have the intake and the exfil of that.
So if you fuck that up, and let's say you have a 350 gun day, which is a lot for a single person to take in the course of 8 hours, because the average acquisition takes about 4 to 5 minutes. Multiply that by 350 guns, that's a long fucking day. That's a really long fucking day. Now, usually they got more than one person working, but
right now, though, that's not the case.
Right now, that's just not the case. And they're
70 plus.
Yeah, there is a huge increase in the order and volume of firearms being ordered and shipped to locations, and a reduction in the workforce. So the downside is if they fuck that up, they could be at risk of losing their FFL. It's something called a critical error. And with enough critical errors come an audit, you could actually lose your FFL. And for a store like a Bass Pro or Cabela's, that means that entire franchise shuts down because 80% of their business is guns.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact. So that's the downside, and that's kind of the severity. When I would train new foos in, I would say this is the easiest job to get your ass canned from. Because if you make one big enough mistake, there's no room for error here. We're talking, we're not talking about you sitting up and camping, mispricing an item. We're talking about federal regulations. We're talking about laws that could literally shut the store down due to negligence. And unfortunately, human error still happens. And that's the nature of the business. It's like I said, I screwed up on a couple occasions. I got my PP slapped a few times. And fortunately, my boss went to bat for me, and I was able to maintain a job for as long as I could stomach working there. And, once again, it wasn't a bad job. It just wasn't the job for me. So I can empathize on the end of the person who ended up ultimately screwing up that order. It just when you're swamped, it's a stressful fucking job. It is it's just as stressful as what you do. But there's actual legal ramifications to it, and I'm sure there are in your end as well. But
a ton of physical labor too, because you're talking about opening these boxes.
Yeah, paperwork gets mixed up,
verifying, validating, tagging. I mean, there's a lot of shit.
Well, so ultimately, where I was going with this in my long-winded answer, which is par for the course here, is my guess as to what happened is, you see, what had happened was. 4, 5, 6, 10, 15 guns came in, and they were all intermediary transfers, which means a outside of Cabela's or Bass Pro network gun company, i.e. a Brownells or a PSA or something, sent a gun to a Cabela's or Bass Pro. So that is what's referred to as an intermediary transfer. And there were enough of them where, the guy or gal opens them all up, starts taking out the paperwork, organizing everything, and somehow maybe they turn their back, somebody comes in and moves a box around, and just something simple and generally speaking, on a normal day, just something that would be a non-issue, that just happens, and a couple of pieces of paperwork get mixed up. That person doesn't see it, and then the experience that you had happens, and that's how easy it is.
Evident Morgan being written on the box, which comes to find out that's the guy that was shipping it.
Oh. Well, okay, so then it's that's a bit of a different story. Then that's just a clerical error on the shipper's part.
They got started in it. They were at Morgan. They probably turned around to do something else. They worked on something else. They came back. Paperwork's missing. They went, that's enough. Move on.
Well, and so Tyrion fan says, yeah, verifying the serial and the steel of the firearm. That's an absolute essential. If you guys are, if you work at a gun shop and you're not verifying steel serial numbers and you're going off the box, you're doing it totally wrong.
Very wrong.
And you're doing two things that will potentially hurt you. And I apologize for the train noise in the background if you can hear it.
First time I've heard it. Wow,
yeah, I know something's changed here, but anywho, if you're not verifying the steel off of a firearm, you're setting yourself up for failure in two counts. Number one, you're setting yourself up to essentially lose your job, because not if, but when you make that mistake, that's going to be on you. You're going to be on camera, or somebody's going to trace it back to you and see you being lazy and taking the serial number off the box of the gun. Because the reality of the situation is that gun comes out of the box to be verified, and then it has to go back into the box. But every now and again, that gun comes out of the box and it sits next to a keyboard for 10 minutes. And during that 10 minutes, that person might look away, and somebody else might come up and say, oh, damn, that's a cool gun, and they move it slightly. And that person doesn't see it, and another gun gets mixed in its place, and this, that, and the other happens. There's a ton of stuff that can go wrong during that process. And this isn't meant to, scare you away from saying, oh, I'm never going to ship a gun to Cabela's or Bass Pro again. It's just it's the nature of the beast for all gun shops. But if you're not verifying the steel off of a gun, if the person that is ringing you out for that gun isn't verifying the steel of the firearm, make sure that they do so. Ask them specifically, say, hey, is the serial number for my gun, what it says on the box? Like, make that request. And that's your right as a customer to do so. And that will prevent a lot of errors. I don't know if anyone out there has ever been called back to a gun shop because a 4473 was wrong, but it sucks to make that phone call, especially when you live an hour and a half to 2 hours away. It really sucks. So what I'm happy to say what I'm happy to hear is that, at least from your perspective, the manager of the store, or the GSM, did his job and kind of came through. The experience was recovered. It sounds like you had a pretty moderate take on the subject, and you understood kind of the issue. A lot of us out there have worked retail before, right? A lot of us out there have worked retail, and the people that can understand that, here's my best advice for you guys. The Karens of the world don't get shit done for them. The hypos of the world, the people who go out there and say, hey, you know what? I get it. Like, I'm not happy, but I get it. Like, I understand that shit gets fucked up and mistakes get made. What can you do to help me out and make it right? That, to me, as like somebody who's customer focused and customer oriented, makes me want to work harder to help you out. I understand that I fucked up. I feel guilty about it. So I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure shit goes your way. If you're a fucking dick tree, I'm just going to say, fucking deal with it, bud. Call corporate. Sorry, can't help you. So, be nice to the people that have the shittiest jobs on the face of the planet. And
sure, especially when it comes to gun store employees, because those guys deal with a lot of shit. We
hate you. Like, we literally hate all of you. We do. Like,
like, actively, when you guys, I'm speaking from somebody who doesn't have the experience from the other side of the counter, but I'm assuming in my mind, before you know me, you've already made up your mind until I prove you otherwise.
100%. That is a literal 100% correct statement. Me not being in the retail industry of the firearms world now. Yep, I feel comfortable saying that. When you walk up to the counter, I'm immediately judging you. And all retail employees do this. Sorry.
We've gone over what happened, what was wrong. What went right, though, I think, to me personally, and you can kind of fill in from the retail side and from that particular outlet side, what he did right. I think by not giving in to me being disappointed and upset, visibly, and not just going, you know what, go ahead and we'll do the 4473. We'll just give it to you, whatever, big deal. He didn't do that. That was legally right. That was from the ethical standpoint and the corporate standpoint right. And then he called me. And he came back to me often, and he filled me in, let me know what was going on. He brought me water. He talked to me like a real person, and he took responsibility personally. When I told him, you know what, I know it's not your fault, and he says, it is my fault.
It is. Yep, it 100% is. Yeah, I'm in charge of this. Shit, yeah,
and he took responsibility for that, and I want to give him a shout out. I'm probably going to give him a link to this video after the fact when I pick up the gun. But his name's Scott. He's a fucking outstanding manager.
Well done, Scott.
He came back. He called me. He continued to call me. He let me know what was happening, exactly what had happened, and where the fault had laid, and what was done, and then made it bright by me as a consumer, and said, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to drop the fees. We're going to give you a gift card, and hopefully that's okay with you, leaving that open-ended for me to ask for more.
Which you didn't take advantage of because you were satisfied.
He kind of. Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was satisfied by the fact that somebody recognizes this sucks.
Yep.
It's disappointing, it's deflating, and
he's letting you know. He's letting you know what he can do for you, putting himself out in the line.
For sure. Yep. As a firearms seller, that I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah.
Like some dude who actually got on the level with me and said, we fucked up.
I mean, I've had a lot of problems with my time with Cabela's, but I never had a problem with, once again, the caliber of people who work there. I mean, especially my management team, everyone from my team leads all the way up to my GSM. They were all fantastic. Yeah, I saw it.
He said I should ask for a couple boxes of 9mm. I did that. I said, you know what, this sucks because I can't even ask for ammo for free.
And that's honest to God, that's like a default answer. Like, hey, when you come in next time, come talk to me. I'll make sure you get a couple of boxes of 9mm or something.
I can't even do that.
Hey, you can't even do that. It sucks.
There's no fucking there.
What you should do is you should say, hey, I'm going to save your number. Here's what you're going to do for me. You're going to call me the next time you get that shipment in. And I guarantee you that guy will. I guarantee you he will.
Oh.
I honest to God guarantee you he will. Because that's like, I don't know Scott personally, but I know people like Scott that work for Cabela's, and they absolutely will do that. If you get, so here's a closed circuit to my buddies out there. Be nice to your retail employees, because if you develop a relationship with them, they will go out of their way to help you in terms of times like these where, hey, do you want to be the first person to get a phone call saying, hey, dude, like we just got a shipment of like 10,000 9mm. It's going to go fast. Get up here now, right? You want to be that? Be nice to your retail guys, okay? If they screw up, forgive them and say, hey, you know what? I understand. How can you help me make this right? I'm going to let this go. This is totally cool. I understand people are people. Human beings are human beings. People make mistakes. That's cool. I'm still a customer. I still feel, like I've been through a bit of a harder time than I needed to have been. And I'm going to say, you know what, dude? Hook me up with your number. Next time I get a shipment of ammo in, I'm calling you first.
Same advice can go to sound guys as well.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the sound guy. No. Be nice to him.
Yeah,
otherwise, you might reverb in a weird place.
Otherwise, it sounds like this.
Which actually, to me, sounds kind of cool. But, anywho, yeah, I think that closes out Hypo's hot takes for the night. The general opinion here is stuff gets messed up. People aren't perfect. Like you said, closed circuit to Scott. Well done, sir, and way to represent the brand properly and effectively and responsibly. I've been a foo for Cabela's for a little over a year, or had been a foo for Cabela's for a little over a year, and I understand the challenge that goes along with that position. I understand the challenge of the job that he holds, having to essentially take responsibility for every mistake that gets made and every customer that gets slighted and upset. And good on you, Hypo, for understanding the plight of the retail employee and the subjects of the retail manager that kind of live under him, and the challenges that they have to face with a reduced workforce and an increased workload, which is just it's a recipe for mistake. And unfortunately, in the firearms world, that mistake can have some pretty darn serious legal ramifications attached to it. Which is one of the reasons why we hold one of the, our industry in terms of the shipping and receiving and acquisition and disposition of firearms. When you specifically talk about shipping and receiving of items and products, we hold one of the fewest error rates of any industry, period, because of those legal ramifications. So that's why, fortunately, a lot of people don't have stories like this, because we do take our job seriously, but we're still human and we still make mistakes.
Agreed.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. You got anything else?
Oh, no. I mean, it's a big difference between selling dildos and selling guns, but it is on the retail side.
You're probably going to have to elaborate on that if you really want people to understand what you're going for.
Doesn't everybody know at this point, though, that I used to be a dong slinger?
Yeah, you don't have to say it right now, and I apologize about the massive amount of light that's coming onto my face right now, but as we transition from hour 1 into hour 2, because it is currently 10 o'clock here, 8 o'clock there, and whatever o'clock it is, wherever o'clock you are. That's kind of a cool catchphrase. We have a word from our sponsor.
Oh, they still stuck with us?
They stuck with us. And fortunately, the good people over at Carnage Cares have helped us acquire a new sponsor for the channel this evening. And the sponsor would like to say as follows, or they would like the statement to go as follows. And by the way, I've only proofread this once. I apologize for boffing at Carnage and Dickie. You did a great job writing this. It's funny as shit. It says, excuse me, hold on. Range Day. Once upon a time, this sacred day was where you and your fellow shooters could engage in several hours of target practice, and fun could be had by all. Sadly, those idyllic days of civilization appear to be all but over. Greedy brass goblins roam freely, stealing unearned cases from hardworking folks. Unsportsmanlike shooters fire at their neighbors' targets with impunity, while others laugh manically as they randomly send lead down range at people putting up fresh silhouettes. But do you know the worst part of this sad state of affairs? The worst part is you could face all of this on an empty stomach. But not anymore. Carnage Cares Incorporated Texas branch has come up with the perfect weapon to arm the common man in the fight against hunger and range renegades. Dickie B's Range Chow, formulated by head research gorilla Dickie B. Dickie B's Range Chow is made with gravy, boiled cabbage, and curry from the back of the spice cabinet. And we don't know just how many beans. Just shove down a few healthy handfuls straight from the can and let the ancient secret recipe begin to work. In mere moments, marvel as your intestines gurgle and explode, blasting those pesky range ruffians with the full force of your cornhole cacophony. That'll teach. Oh man. That'll teach him to that'll teach him to ruin somebody else's range day and provide a satisfying meal all at the same time. For those desiring suppressed fire, Dickie B's silent but deadly beanless blend is the choice for you. Or if you really hate yourself, try Dickie's new VX Salsa Madness Enchilada Surprise Blend Insanity for 12 peppers. For a 12 pepper blowout that'll be sure to make your O-ring feel like the very fires of hell
are spewing out. Warning, warning. Supplies of Dickie B's VX Salsa Madness are extremely limited as we've been forced to halt production while the U.S. Army Chemical Corps tested to see if it actually does contain VX nerve gas.
Which it certainly does not. Probably. Check out Dickie B's, whatever the fuck it's called today, because I can't be bothered to read back up because I'm laughing too hard. Fuck you both for making me laugh during the sponsor spot. I love you guys. Well done. That was pretty genius. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Carnage and Dickie B for their wonderful fake sponsor spot. One of these days, we really got to take this seriously and start creating videos for these spots. Man,
God.
Can you just imagine the literal and figurative shit show that would be making a video for that?
Oh,
that was a tough one to read.
Yeah, especially for that.
That was a tough one to read. Oh man, me. Yes, got him. Here's Hypo right now.
Hell no.
Know your fucking place. Trash.
Fuck you, big boy. Fuck you, big boy.
Little Bishop Bullwinkle there to round out the evening for you guys as we transition into our number deuce of the show. Hypo, let's get a little close-up microphone action from you, sir.
Okay, cornhole cacophony.
Dude, that is seriously some of the greatest alliteration I've ever heard. Cornhole cacophony. Excuse me. Stand by.
Beautiful.
Cornhole cacophony. This is what you guys tuned in for. Let's be honest here. Like you don't want us to talk about guns. You just want us to be 7-year-olds. As Lexi comes in. Lexi, you want to say hi to the group? Huh? You want to say hi to the crew? Come here. Hugs. Yes. Oh, Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Lexi is the Tundra Poopers. Yeah, she's the Tundra Poopers, and she's hanging out. She's going on her first vacation in about 6 years tomorrow. She's coming up north with me, and we're gonna have unlimited squirrels to chase, Lexi. Unlimited squirrelies to chase in the big field, and hey, maybe you'll go swimming too. Who knows? But yes, Lexi, you want to speak? You speak? Yes. Speak. Come here. Speak. Say hi to the chat. Speak. Yeah, good girl. I'll get you a treat after the show, bud. I'll get you a treat after the show. You just bit me, you bum. Get out of here. Get out of here, you fool. Get out of here. All right. So yes, for those of you guys who don't know, that is Lexi. She is the official Tundra mascot of the Tundra Nation channel and the Tundra Tactical channel, for that matter. Lexi, do you want a piece of sushi?
What?
Because she's been the goodest of girls, and I can't tease her with a treat without giving her a treat. You dance? Huh? Come on. Good girl.
Girl.
Hey, you know what? Can you believe she's 13 years old?
I cannot. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
She's
9.
She's
10. And
she's sprightly. She's sprightly. She's a well taken care of floofers, and we love her to death.
AKA spoiled.
Yeah, Tyrion fan says, feel free to get her a treat. We'll wait. I did. I always take care of my poop. She's my poopers. Yes, you're my poopers. My floof. Are you my floof? Yes. Good girl.
Very first vacation.
Not very first. Not very first. Just
Okay.
her first in an extremely long time. We used to go up north. So I don't know how it is in Nevada life. But in upper Midwest life, we have this thing called going up north. Okay, and that essentially means it's like a micro vacation, usually for like a weekend or something like that. You know, you have your weekend getaway. And so you go up north to the lake, you know, Minnesota, our claim to fame, the land of 10,000 lakes, right? You spit and you hit a lake, no matter where you are in the state.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have lake properties or lake houses, and one of the bigger industries up here is lake property rentals. So Megan's parents were generous enough to rent us a lake property for the weekend because of all the hard work that we've been putting in at Tundra. And so, yeah, or not for the weekend, excuse me, for the entire week from Saturday to Saturday. So Megan is up there now. I told her to not wait on me and go up there, and she's earned it. She's put in so much, as you guys know, she's put in so much hard work with Ellie over the past year and almost 2 months now, that I just said, don't wait for me. Like I've got to film today. I've got to get the video done because I can't let the Tundra Nation down. I will be up one day later, and I'll be leaving one day earlier. So she's going up Saturday to Saturday. I'm going up Sunday to Friday. But that's kind of the culture that we have up here is, a lot of people will take these little mini vacations, these little week-long things, or these, weekend-long things, and that's kind of the culture up here is you go up north. And so for us, that means 3.5 hours. It's kind of it's about 2/3 of the way to Fargo, North Dakota. So it's northwest of the Twin Cities is where we'll be headed. But cheers.
Hey, well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pete Park is asking the same question I'm asking, which is, what is vacation?
Vacation? I used to ask that same question myself, honestly. When I was working on the retail side of things, up until I had taken the vacation that I ultimately proposed to my wife on, I had not taken a vacation in almost a decade. So I feel the pain. And I'm happy to say that due to the support and generosity of the Tundra Nation, that I am allowed and afforded the opportunity to take this. And without you guys, I wouldn't be able to. So I am very grateful.
Yeah.
I expressed this gratitude on Boog Brand's stream last night.
Oh, we can make it up to Oregon hopefully this year at some point. We used to do that every year. We'd
don't go to Portland.
Oh, nope.
Right.
You know what's funny is like Portland was typically like one of the stopping points, roughly all the way to the grandparents' house. That's not happening.
Not happening. Straight through.
Yeah, Chad. Nope.
Ring that motherfucker.
Nope.
All right. Well,
Absolutely
let's start the second half of the show here. 15 minutes late. All right, guys. We are gonna let's drop it in to. We'll do top comments of the week, and
I like
yeah. So last week, as I tease it all on the stream there, last week we didn't get through a ton of them, and hopefully we'll be able to make them through a little bit more. So top comments of the week, guys. If you feel particularly clever, yes, I do have them, Ranger. If you feel particularly clever and you want to become part of the top comments of the week, you either have to post the stupidest comment that you can possibly post and hope to God that it gets through the chaff, I suppose, of all of the other stupidity that happens on our channel. Or the better way of getting on there is endeavor, #vocab, to become clever. Endeavor to become clever. That's a bit of a rhyme. Endeavor to be clever.
T-shirt ideas.
So yeah. So what I would ask from the Tundra Nation, for the benefit of not just the channel, but for the people watching and for the people who like reading the comments of the videos, endeavor to be clever. Get the bit and play into it. When you see a shitting on something, play into it and post a clever comment. And chances are, if it's clever enough, it'll get featured every week on the live stream, because we've revived this dead bit. And the very first comment of the week. Now, these can be either the idiots of the world or the clever people of the world. The very first comment comes from Poetry on a Cracker. And he says, "My true glow matches my multicolored mullet." And that would be a sight to behold, Hypo. That would be a sight to behold in any trailer park around the United States of America. That would be a sight to behold, I think. A multicolored mullet. Do you think, what's the over-under? What are the chances, greater or less than 50%, that multicolored means red, white, and blue?
Oh, I would love that to be the case. I'm stuck on the fact that every True Glow I've owned has been one of those dovetails with that brass placard on the side. So it's not multicolored, it's just black. Come on. Yeah. And I paid way too much for it because I bought it from a gun store.
Bruh.
God, I would hope it would be red or blue. It's probably
you really do, like, you'd hate to see it. if it wasn't, right? Like, that's just what you want. That's just what you want. The next question, the next comment even comes from David665, actually spelt out 665. And it says, I run irons on my AR. I learned CQB on a 20-inch M16A2. I literally have no need of an optic. And this is one of the few now, and I'm happy to say the few, that don't get the bit. David665. Grow up. Get with the times. The future is now, old man. Iron sights are outdated. Iron sights have no usefulness. Well, maybe not no usefulness, just very, very limited usefulness. God, we're getting a lot of hashtag Tundra Nation stuff going on in the chat.
A fucking of hypoluxies, and everybody's saying True Glow is the best optic ever. I think that's what I'm reading right now. It was literally one comment. And...
I hate you all. I hate you all. Yeah. So he says, I run irons on my AR-15. Okay, fine. I got nothing wrong with that. Like, if you want to run irons, that's your prerogative, dude. Hey,
irons are great.
To each their own, right? If you can do the same thing that I can do with an optic with irons, you are a better shooter than me. Okay.
And you don't need glasses.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Optics make it easier. And when it comes to training and the use of a firearm for defensive purposes, I don't want to challenge myself. I want to have every fucking advantage that I possibly can have. I don't want to be able to go into court and brag, I got that bitch with iron sights. With
iron 300 yards.
No.
Drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, man, that's not the way this shit goes. And there's a difference between what you used in the military back in 1982 and what you used in the military back in 2015 or 16 or 05 or what have you. You know, don't be the guy that says iron sights are better than optics. They're just not. Now, granted, yes, iron sights don't run out of battery. I understand that. But if you look at the optics world today, optics don't run out of battery either.
No, they don't, and they're fucking on for 365 years.
Yeah, like they will literally last longer than your gun will. And the people that don't believe that or don't understand that are just fucking morons. They're just morons. I'll go out and say it. You are dumb.
Or they're buying their shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Stop buying True Glow shit. Spend a few $100 on an optic. Stop being a cheap bastard and go out and buy once, cry once. You know, your chances are the reason you're purchasing that firearm in the first place is for a defensive purpose in one way, shape, or form at a point in time that is undetermined later on down in life. So don't be an asshole and say, my iron sights, boy, are better than your op. No, they are not. And stop lying to yourself. You're a FUD.
Crazy Eyes has one good point though to this, and he says unless EOTech.
Unless EOTech. Well, yeah, unless EOTech and you live in cold weather.
Yeah.
So as you know, as much as we like to shit on those optics and everything else involved in them, you know, my opinion on EOTech is I mean I used them over in the desert. They work fine for me there. They work fine for me there. The next one comes from, and I might have to do a little zoomage on this one because, oh boy, it's some small texterinos. Heyo, hi train. It says, this is from Roy Pencelli, I believe. Pencelli. Roy says, nothing about, this is in reference obviously to our most recent video. Nothing about LPVOs. Really? HoloSun is better than shelling out more money for a Sig Romeo that's made by who? Oh, that's right, HoloSun. Is that true?
It is.
I honestly don't know.
Sig
I didn't know that.
Sig is made by HoloSun over in China.
I did not know that. Well, my already low standards for you guys just got lower. Not for the HoloSun thing, but for the fact that out of all of the optics to, oh, of course he didn't fucking expand the thing. So long story short, Carnage responds with, "We're glad you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we can't wait to see what you think of the next Tundra Tactical video." Well played, Carnage. Well played. Taking the moral high ground.
Boy.
You know, it's funny. I actually read this next comment, and I didn't realize who it was from because I read it while I was supremely drunk. Tufu! Tufu says, "I am so gonna unsubscribe, then resubscribe just so I can unsubscribe again. I've never felt so attacked on so many levels until now." And that is a general feeling that the average public will feel while watching our videos. That is kind of what we're known for, folks. We shit on everything, and that's, you know. So I've actually had a cool, we'll call it maybe revelation. We transcended into another plane of existence, if you will.
Yeah.
So we used to have a ton of these people just shitting on everything that we did. Like, "Oh, I can't believe you said this. I can't believe my blah, blah, blah is better than, you know, what you said it was." And that's like, get fucked, nerd. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I'm doing this as a joke. And if you can't understand this, go back to your mom's basement and start playing Fortnite with your stepsister. You know, who cares? Interestingly enough, in this last video, in this What Your Optics Says About You video, it seems like everybody has gotten the bit, or like 99%. It used to be like a 50-50 split. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. It's like 99 or 95% of the people that have commented on the video, which is not insignificant. It's a few hundred comments at this point. 99% of the people have gotten the bit, and they're playing into it. They're giving us these clever comments, and they're saying, like, they're perpetuating the bit, and I fucking love that. It's the best thing in the world to see these, like, even like, I recognize some names, and some of these people are people who took it too seriously in the past, and they finally had the aha moment. They're like, aha, this is a joke. I get it, and I'm gonna start I'm gonna feed the joke right back to these assholes. So yeah, I'm happy to say that with this video specifically, and you know, more and more over the course of previous videos, but this video specifically, it has an overwhelming percentage of people who are instead of like hating on the video, they're starting to kind of get that, oh shit, this might be satirical and not serious, and I shouldn't take it seriously, and I should laugh at it and myself and it and the things that are said about me and my, you know, buying habits or personality or what have you, and then I should feed that same hate right back. And it's been awesome. It's been freaking awesome to see people get the joke finally. It's the internet. I know.
Wait. How many years has Tundra Tactical been making videos?
Well, making these types of videos, about 3. Yes. Making videos in general, about 4, almost 5.
So we'll say give or take 3 years. How long has it taken?
No, I mean,
so you're saying till now. The people in the comment section are actually fucking getting it?
Yeah. Well, you know, in all fairness to people, I think that people are you know, they generally like want to be part of the group, and they want to be included in it. And you know, we haven't really gained a whole lot of traction, and arguably we're still like, we're not a big channel by any means. I won't humble brag it and say we're a small channel. We're a medium-sized channel. We've had a modicum of success.
Hashtag vocab.
Yeah, a little vocab there for you. We've had some glimpses of notoriety and success. We're known in the industry. When you say the name Tundra Tactical to certain YouTubers, they know who we are, for better and worse. Not or, but and. And you know, we've developed a little bit of a reputation. And I think that people are finally starting to recognize that, which makes me just happy as a freaking clam, man. Like that is what I want. Like, I want to be the shit poster of our industry, but I want people to recognize that I'm shit posting. And that, well, excuse me, let me rephrase that we as a collective, as a community, are shit posting for a reason. We need it. Like, we need it. We need that outlet. Like every community has that outlet. Every community has that shit poster. It's just like, I get it. I get that meme. I get that joke. That's funny. I'm gonna play into it. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna feel better for it. So let's move on to the final one of the week here before we move into Ask Tundra Nation. And Johnny Populus, I believe. Johnny Populus says, optics. Imagine being so unskilled that you have to have an optic to hit anything that isn't beyond 7 yards. People with optics on their rifles also have one on their Glocks because using a pistol at a defensive range requires a reticule, is how he spelled it.
Reticule.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that Johnny does not get the bit. People fall into two categories during top comments of the week: people that get the bit and people that don't get the bit. I don't think that Johnny gets the bit, and if Johnny does get the bit, he is more clever than I'm giving him credit for, and I apologize for lumping him in with the rest of the fucking Martians that don't get the bit. But Johnny, lighten up, buddy, and understand that not everybody has to be like you. Not everybody has to be like you. No, people can be successful,
it's okay,
and accurate and good shooters when they don't subscribe to your specific doctrine. And I know that sounds ironic coming from us, but we are doing it ironically. You, sir, are doing it unironically, and that is sad. Become an adult.
PewDiePie just said aiming is a crutch for people who rely on skill.
Damn right. Just fucking, hey, you know what? Hashtag send it, bro. Full send. Aiming, what's that? Full fucking send.
Hashtag from the hip.
Yep, right. From the hip. Hey, it worked for Arnold in the 80s, right? 80s and 90s. Okay.
World Wars.
Have you ever seen Predator? Did anybody aim in that movie, period? Find me, in fact, here's a challenge. Chat. Find me an example. Oh, of course, DeLance is here. Find me an example in the movie Predator. Predator 1, okay? Arnold, Jesse, the rest of the crew, right? Find me an example anywhere in that movie where they actually shouldered and intentionally aimed a rifle. Find me an example. And if you can, I'll accept it. Go ahead.
Predator 1 or Commando. Find me any intentional shouldered
Delta Force
and Commando.
And any Chuck Norris movie. Yeah. Find me an intentionally shouldered and aimed rifle shot.
God, oh my God. That just leads me down a whole rabbit hole of movie firearm fuck ups. And I just recently started thinking about Heat again and about how everybody had different types of fucked up guns. But in particular, there was one guy with a Galil. How could he expect to shoot more than one mag with nobody else on his fire team being able to back him up carrying a fucking Galil?
Can't tell you.
No. Okay, anyway.
Can't tell you.
No.
But
movies.
yeah, like I said, said earlier, my email address is tyler@tundratactical.com. If you can find me an example, I'll do my best to remember this because I'm pretty drunk right now. Okay, I'll do my best to remember this. No promises, no guarantees whatsoever. And in the next week's episode, if you can find me an example, we'll make it easy. We'll say maybe not any, but like we'll do like a Rambo, we'll do Delta Force, we'll do Predator.
Action
not
movie.
Any, because there are a couple of 80s movies that are they're close. They're not spot on, but they're close.
So you think Die Hard could meet up to that expectation?
I think Die Hard could. Yeah, I think that's kind of maybe the trend. Like Die Hard is the transitional point. I would call it the fulcrum, if you will, #vocab. Of where 80s movies became less 80s movies and more what we're used to now. It was that transitional period where it still had all of that cheeseball action. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm stepping on your toes.
No. I think Bruce Willis is cross-eye dominant based on Die Hard.
Really?
Just yeah. Watch Die Hard again. I think he's cross-eye dominant, and he's
this guy's a shooter. This guy's a fucking shooter right here. When you start picking that shit up in movies, yeah, you know you're a shooter. You know you're a shooter when. Maybe that should be a segment of the show. You know you're a shooter when, right? Let's see. I think we've covered all of the. I think is Hypo dead? He hasn't moved in a minute. Hypo? Oh, he's dead. Ah, is he back?
I lost you.
No. You
Lost me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got no visual on you there, bud.
No, you got me in a second,
wait. And hey, there he is with the big middle finger coming back to us live on the air. It wouldn't be a Tundra stream if it wasn't fucked up. All right. So I am going to maximize this, and I apologize about all the extra light on the screen. In fact, how about we do this? So we'll go take that off. How does that look? Does that look too crazy?
No, you look good.
Okay. Damn right I do.
I mean,
I know I look good.
Your camera looks good.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ask Tundra Nation is the segment of the show where you, all the fans of the Tundra Nation, get to submit your questions via the Discord to have them answered live on the air with me, and sometimes in recorded video format via the ATN series on the Tundra Tactical channel. Now, if there are certain people out there who have just stumbled across the Tundra Nation without understanding or knowing what Tundra Tactical is our main channel. This is where we post all of our content, and the Tundra Nation is where we do the live stream. So make sure to check us out there. If you do want to participate, in Ask Tundra Nation, you do have to be a member of the Discord. Very, and I mean, I think we've done this one time. Very occasionally, we will take questions from the chat, but you know, as the channel and the popularity of the stream goes, or infamy maybe of the stream grows, we will not be able to do that as readily and as easily. So we kind of push everybody into the Discord to coordinate all of the best. We'll say the best of the best. And tonight's Ask Tundra Nation starts off with the venerable and arguably infamous N7X Ranger. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me do that again.
Oh, please do.
N7X Ranger. And he would like to know. you like how my voice cracked as I trailed laugh there? N7X Ranger would like to know, what kind of items do I need to buy before the election heats up? I'm already considering some AR-15 lowers and making legal out of state trips to purchase high capacity magazines. So there's a little bit of background that needs to be acknowledged here with N7X Ranger's question. He does live in Maryland, and Maryland is a notoriously restrictive state. It's one of kind of the lesser known restrictive states, I would say, because like when you think of restrictive states, you think of California, New York, Illinois, but you don't necessarily think of Maryland. Maryland is definitely very high on that list, unfortunately for Ranger, and unfortunately for our fellow shooters that live in Maryland. And one of the bigger things that they have out there, if I've understood his statements in the past correctly, is that it's not necessarily illegal for him to own high capacity magazines.
Correct.
It's just he can't get them shipped to him. So he can simply, like, this is another perfect example of stupid gun laws. He can travel just out of state lines, grab that magazine, and drive it back, and everything's totally fine.
May or may not have actually happened.
According
somebody else may have just handed him a mag. And then
for
they
legal
went back
reasons,
home.
that is a joke, right?
May or may not have. Well, it was a.
We cannot
gift.
confirm nor deny, right? We cannot confirm nor deny. So in terms of what kind of items do I need to buy before the election heats up? So Ranger, you know, we've talked about this pretty much ad nauseum at this point, and you know, you've expressed a lot of interest in buying your little VZ, what is it, 61, 62, the little Scorpion thing, the little 32 ACP, you know, old school Scorpion, not like the Evo. So first of all, I'm proud of you for picking up that Czech Sweet Pea that you just picked up. and I can't wait for it to get to you because I'm getting sick of you talking about it. But that would be probably the primary focus that I would go on. You know, with your interest, dude, and what you're looking for, you're a great example of kind of just your average firearms owner out there. I can't answer that question for you. What kind of items do I need to buy before the election heats up? Well, I'm not you, dude, so I don't know what you want. And far be it from me to tell you what you want. I know that's literally what this entire channel is predicated on, is me telling you why your purchase and your decision is dumb and stupid. But in reality, it's not my job to do so. So I would say do some soul searching and just figure out like what could potentially be on that chopping block, like you did with your VZ61. I think it's 61, maybe 62.
61.
61, okay. And pick up the things that you're going to get the most smiles per mile out of, because in reality, the firearms world has two major subclasses and then a bunch of subdivisions in those subclasses. But the two major subclasses are the defensive firearms and the fun guns. And everything can be kind of lumped into those two things, between practicality and impracticality, but, you know, smile value. And everybody, if you don't own a gun, by the way, if you don't own a gun right now that just makes you smile, you're doing it wrong. Like, go out and buy that guilty pleasure. Go out and get that gun that just makes the, you know, like for me, it's usually a big bang or a big, you know, fireball or something like that. And, you know, go out and get that gun that just like makes you go, damn, do I love pulling that trigger.
How do you spell M14?
FUDD, I believe.
Okay.
I played into that one pretty good.
SPRINGFIELDXDM.
Hell no.
Nope.
All right. So
Tyler, real quick, I wanna stop you. We got Milspec guy in the chat.
oh, fuck me running. Do we seriously?
I know, dude. I asked if he had Ebola yet.
Oh shit, dog. Hey, man. Eric, welcome, buddy. And wow, I'm super pumped that you're in the chat. I just covered up Hypo's face.
It's fine. It's worth it for him.
Dude, hell yeah. I miss you, man. I really do. I really miss you. Don't worry about anything. Get in contact with me when you can, and we'll chat. The good news, hey, Milspec guy, I would love to hear your thoughts on this when you have the opportunity. Oh shit, he says he can come on camera.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's bring him in. If
gotta make sure
get on Discord. We'll
get on Discord, and Hypo, you're gonna be responsible. Just tell him what Discord voice chat to get in.
Wherever he lands, I'll pull him.
Mm-hmm. Just get into Discord voice chat, buddy, and we'll pull you into our private chat. I'd be super pumped to get you on camera.
Me too. I'm excited. You know what? I've never spoke to Eric face to face.
Really?
Yeah. We've had extensive conversations on Discord.
Man, I love how like Tundra Nation is just getting absolutely neglected. But I mean, when stuff like this happens, when Eric is available, come on, like you gotta get him on. You gotta get him on. Do we have him yet? Oh, Hypo's locked up and frozen again. Hypo's got to get this worked out. I don't even know. All right, let's see if I can find the. Hold on. Stand by, boys and girls. Let's see if I can find the. Oh. Hold on. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Eric, how you doing, sir?
There
he is, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy, I got a wicked echo coming from you. You got headphones in by any chance?
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy, I got a wicked. And I'm solo again because Hypo still looks confused as shit and stuck there. we'll just we'll kind of keep we'll keep the delaying tactics up and running up until we get Eric and Hypo back in. But oh my gosh, like, can you guys imagine this happening? Getting the mil-spec guy back in here. All right, he's coming back. Up until we get Eric and Hypo back in. But oh my gosh, like, can you guys imagine this happening? Getting the mil-spec guy back in here. All right, he's coming back. I'm still getting a wicked echo. And Hypo back in. But oh my gosh, like, can you guys imagine? Don't you love it, folks? Like, this is a Tundra chat here. Yikes! Sorry. All right, he has muted himself, so I apologize about that. But while we work on some technical difficulties getting Eric into the chat, I will continue on with some of the Ask Tundra Nation questions. The next one comes from Tiberius, and he would like to know, I spent $120 on 3 Shield Arms, 15-round magazines for my Glock 43X, even though 3 factory 10-round mags can be had for $60. What's the most amount of money you spent on firearms accessories that offered only a marginal improvement over similar factory accessories? You know, to be perfectly honest, dude, Tiberius, I have had the luxury over the last couple of years of not really, you know, I haven't had to spend a whole lot of cash on firearms accessories. I've been pretty lucky in that regard, and I owe that to you guys. Hypo has apparently lost his internet connection, so I will continue the show on solo here. Yeah, man, it's one of those things for me where it's a tough question to answer because I've been blessed with the life of kind of the professional gun tuber. So when I ask for stuff, a lot of the times I get it, and that's it. Like, it's not lost on me. It's a great life. I love it. But if I had to think, nice Ranger panties, Eric. If I had to think, it would probably be something in like the realm of like a handguard. My Odin Works handguard is something that has really kind of offered, well, I wouldn't say marginal performance because I really do like it. Like the weight reduction that I've gotten out of it has been fantastic. I know Eric likes to run a lot of aftermarket handguards and things like that, and some of the stuff that he's run has been like a significant improvement, but that's probably the closest analogy or closest product that I have to that. But holy shit, he is here. The mil-spec guy has arrived. He's got the dip bottle rocking and rolling. Eric, fuck man, do we miss you? Holy shit, man, do we miss you? Tundra Nation, give your love to the LT himself. He is live. Can I say where from?
Yeah.
He is live from Djibouti, and he's coming to us courtesy of the United States Army National Guard from Minnesota here. Eric, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Actually, I just woke up literally 10 minutes ago, and I checked my phone and I saw that you guys were live.
Fuck yeah,
and
dude.
I thought since I finally had internet in my living quarters, I'd see if we could make this work.
Hey, dude, you know what? I can hear that air conditioner running. You are living the life of luxury in the desert, that officer life, right? How is it over there, buddy?
It's really, really, really hot, but that's okay because it's also really, really, really humid.
Perfect. Yeah, you have the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah. So like I usually work out at night after the sun goes down, and I finished a little jog last night, and it was 91 degrees, and that was with the sun down.
Oh, fuck.
It was 109 during the day yesterday.
Boys and girl in the chat, let's give Eric a round of applause for his service to our country and being on active deployment right now with the Minnesota Army National Guard. Thanks, Eric, for what you do for our country, buddy. And dude, do we miss you, man? It has been it's seriously like just from the Tundra Cruise perspective, it's been a really eye-opening experience just how much we've leaned on you in the past to get content out. Welcome back, Hypo.
Thank you.
But I am really proud to announce, and you know, you said you just woke up today. Have you had a chance, Eric, to watch the newest Tundra Tactical video?
I honestly, I'm 3 videos behind right
Okay.
now.
Do me a favor, skip the last 2 and jump right to what your optics says about you, because you're gonna know right away you didn't write that script.
Yeah. No, I certainly did not.
That was courtesy, and what I would love for you to comment in the Discord at some point in time, that was courtesy of our good buddy Mr. Carnage trying to emulate your writing style. And I would love to see what you have to say about how that video turned out. And I think, sir, that you will be pleasantly surprised. Because I'm genuinely impressed at how well he was able to emulate your writing style, and arguably just as, if not more, savage than you have been, which is a pretty high rank of praise, because Eric is well known for being one of the most savage dudes in the entire industry, and we love him for it. So
I gotta be honest, I do tone it down. You don't know how much I delete out of those scripts.
I know you, so I probably do have maybe not know, but I have an understanding of how many times the delete key is pressed for sake of maintaining a semblance of integrity on on our souls.
Wait. As somebody who's read the scripts unedited, I've seen the delete key used on tons of punctuation, like commas, periods, exclamation points.
I will say that's not one of Carnage's strong suits. Eric is.
Well, nor is it Eric's.
Yeah, well, yes, but there is a favor towards Eric here.
One of the benefits of writing for like publications and stuff is they actually have editors to do that for me.
Right. So, guys, if you are unfamiliar with who this gentleman joining us is, this is the writer for Tundra Tactical. Yes, I hate to break it to you folks, but I am just not that clever. I do not write our material. I rely on the hilarity and humor of generally this fine gentleman in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and very recently, Mr. Carnage 1138 here in the chat, and I have nothing but gratitude for these guys. But Eric, tell us a little bit about how the deployment's been so far. What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Obviously, OPSEC is the thing, but I don't need to remind you of that, of course.
No, it's been good. So I've been here for a month. I was on the first chunk of guys from my unit to get over here and start getting things set up. Myself being the executive officer of our forward support company, so I deal a lot with maintenance on battalions, vehicles, weapons, radios, etc. And then distribution of supplies out to, we've got some outstations, we've got some French counterparts that we work with. So send supplies out, a lot of route recons. Route recon sometimes just happens to make its way out to the Red Sea, and we may or may not wear Ranger panties on purpose those days.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Bring a towel.
Real quick, let me ask you: have you found the shooty bits yet?
They're around here somewhere.
The shooty bits from the ghost gun. Because you gotta shoot those 30 rounds per second.
I swear they're somewhere in the bottom of the duffel bag.
So one of the things that we've been doing as of late, Eric, is on the live streams, is we've been kind of going back through the annals of the Tundra Tactical archives here and watching some of our old favorite videos, and the how to build a ghost gun has come up a significant amount of times, and the shooty bits the shooty bits comment has been kind of coined officially from Mr. Hypo here.
It's one of my favorites ever.
Where are all the shooty bits? That was a really fun one. Dude, I'm super excited. Go ahead.
No, that was the day Brooke directed.
Yeah. That was, oh my God, that is. Yeah, your daughter directed that entire video.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, she was what, like 11 at the time?
I think so.
Yeah, wow. Dude, that was a fun fucking day though, man. She was such a champ, dude. She was such a champ. I'm super happy to tell you that I think, and at some point in time, you know, if you got some spare moments before Friday, try to get in touch with me and I'll show it to you. I'm super happy to announce that I think that we have surpassed all hilarity in any other skit that we've ever done with the skit that we filmed this afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yes. So for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the Tundra Tactical skits, and it's not a big surprise because we haven't done a ton of them since we've kind of come back into the limelight, one of the things that we really, really loved doing early on in the Eric era was putting together little skits, as opposed to just like the talking head stuff that you see in the studio on the wall behind me. We like to put together like little skits where we'd go on location or go to a range and you know, do something silly and write a story about it. We recently started doing them again, and one of the videos that we came out with, or one of the skits that we came out with, was what it's like to work at a gun shop. And I'm fairly certain, Eric, that you've seen that one. Have you? Or no?
I think that might have been the last one that I've actually seen.
So we recorded what it's like to work at a gun shop episode 2 today, and I've shown Hypo the rough cut. It was filmed. Yep, it was filmed this afternoon, and believe it or not, because I'm going on vacation tomorrow morning up north, northwestern Minnesota, I'm trying to get the entire video shot and edited down in one day, and then scheduled. Which is a bit of a it's a bit of a task, but hey, you know, we're doing it. So the initial chop is done. Everything's timed and ready to go. I just got to put the color correction, the grade, and all of the memes to it. But this video, I think, surpasses, in my opinion, the hilarity of every other skit that we've ever done, and I'm super proud of it. Everybody did a great job. Since we've lost you, Eric, I've brought on 2 other guys who you have not yet met, named Rome and Cole, a couple of Chaska dudes, and they've kind of stepped up in your absence to fill that humor void. And it's just been fucking gold having these guys on the crew, and it's been so much fun. We've put a couple of videos out with them, and if you ever watch one of the recent videos and you see this absolutely gigantic guy, he's essentially a doppelganger for Hodor. That's who I'm talking about. So we filmed another video with them today. Bryce obviously was running the camera. N7X Ranger wrote the outline for the skit. So the cool thing is, in your absence, and we understand it completely, like there's no hard feelings or nothing, like we totally get it. In your absence, one of the cool things that we've had is we've had other people kind of step up and fill the void. And that's been awesome. Like, these people out there are saying, yeah, we get it, like Eric's gone, but we still want to make sure that Tundra content gets created. And N7X Ranger, Carnage, Dickie B, and quite a few other people have kind of stepped up in that absence to help kind of ease that responsibility off your shoulders, so that when you're out there doing the shit that you got to do while you're on deployment for our country here, you know, you get to focus on that, as opposed to saying like, fuck, you know, like, I don't know if you even think about this, but like, damn it, I haven't written a script in a couple of, you know, weeks or what have you, and then
I absolutely do.
Like, fuck that bald guy.
No.
You know what I think is really cool about?
And are you there, Hypo? You're going robo mode.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is the third.
Confirmed.
Yep.
Hypo's a robot.
Birds aren't real. Hypo ain't real. So, no. Okay, I can hear you.
All right. Okay. Here's what I think is really cool is that everybody who is writing for the channel right now is trying to do it in Eric's style.
Yes.
How does that feel? Like, people are trying to emulate your sense of humor. That's got to feel fucking cool.
It's kind of weird to hear that, because like when I write, well, when I first started writing, you know, I had my own thing, and then we started to get into a little bit of a groove, or maybe even a funk kind of a few months in. And I started, you know, I try and like steal things from other YouTubers that I thought were funny, and then I ended up coming back because it was almost like I'm not trying to be them, but like I had them on this pedestal when we're over here trying to do something different. And it's just I don't know. It's weird to think that somebody thinks that
They're doing
I'm
the
funny
same
enough
thing
that they
with
want
you.
to do
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Hey, so let me ask you a similar question that was asked to me on. So I participated in another live stream tonight that was started by one of our Discord moderators 5 weeks ago, called the Boog Brand Open Mic Night.
Yeah,
And
I've been planning to like link up with that dude and chat with him.
I'm sure he would love to have you on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to have you on the stream. Obviously, schedules providing. But one of the questions that he asked me that I found incredibly humbling and just like very introspective or retrospective. I don't know what the right term is. That's more your department, not mine. Is, you know, like looking back on where we started, and my question for you is, you know, when we first linked up at our job at the major telecommunications company that we both worked for.
Oh shit, that's right. You guys worked for the devil.
Yeah.
When we first linked up, we had, I think, less than 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Would you have imagined that your writing and my tomfoolery on camera would have gotten us to damn near 60,000 subscribers in a little over 4 years?
No way. So
No way, dude. I know.
like I remember thinking like 5,000 would be so awesome, and then we hit 5, and it was like I couldn't imagine us having 10.
10, yeah.
And then we hit that big spike. Then we hit that big spike before SHOT Show. It's like, what if we hit 20? That would be like out of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right around shot, like we were at what, 24,000?
No,
Right around there?
were
22
we?
to 24?
Hold on.
I want to say
Well, this last
this last SHOT Show.
probably. Yeah.
I
The
feel
SHOT Show.
I feel like we were just
the last-
short of a milestone, which would be like 20K.
I think we were just above that. I really
Okay.
feel like we were like 22 to 24
Okay.
in January.
I mean,
We were right there.
you were a lot less drunk than I was when we were at SHOT Show. So
Well, yeah, I had a good reason, but
yeah, you had to manage Tufu and Bryce.
yeah, exactly. I was protecting my Second Amendment. God damn it!
But yeah, like it was such a mind shock to me to get asked that question and have to think back to the time, like, and it's not even that like long ago. You know, it was really like all of this has pretty much happened in about 2.5 years. And when we first got to know each other at that job, you know, we were just like, all right, fuck it, let's try it out. let's see how she goes.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember telling the story many times. I've probably told it at least 10 times about how we met and the first script that you wrote and all of the things that came from it. And what's really funny is a lot of these new writers that are coming into the channel kind of fill that void are starting to reference some of those like really old scripts.
Yeah.
And it's super meta. It's super fucking meta, and like nobody will get the joke except for us. And like I love that. I love the fact that people are so invested in what our entire team, you, me, Hypo, Bryce, and everybody else that's contributed to this endeavor have created, that there are now like super deep inside jokes that are coming out of it that are referencing like the High Point video.
You need to send like a apology card to Alex's neighbors.
Dude, I think they moved, honestly. I'm pretty sure they
Find them.
moved.
Send them like condolences or something, like sorry your kids had to listen to us swearing at 2 a.m.
But we're almost at 60K.
Oh yeah,
it,
but
it was
also
for
we're
a good
60K,
reason.
so fuck off.
Yeah, it was for a good reason.
What
But
I think is like the best thing about all that you just said though is like so many of our fans came in after like the what your blank says about you videos. Some of them started coming in during the roast my rifle videos, but the fact like they like those videos enough that they're gonna go back and watch those super videos.
So you Eric, you referenced the what your series, the what your blank series says about you. I've told this story a couple of times, but I don't think we've ever heard it from your perspective. Would you care to tell the Tundra Nation about how that series, arguably the series that put us on the map, how that kind of came about? And like,
sorry,
go ahead.
I don't know what your version is, but I don't know. I don't even fully remember, but
Neither do I.
Like, it just kind of popped into my head one day, and I was like, "Hey, this is gonna be a little bit different, but just bear with me and check this script out." It's like it's one of my longer ones. I don't know. It might be a little too savage, and those first two launched us from like 5,000 to 16,000 in a matter of like 2 months.
Weeks. It was insanity. It was a growth that we had never experienced prior to, and that's exactly how it went down in reality. Is Eric, got in touch with me and he said, "Hey, what do you think about this idea? I don't know. Maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't." And Eric, up until that point, you were kind of just the comedy guy. You weren't the shit poster. You weren't the guy that developed this reputation for just being fucking savage to everybody else in the industry, which is what defined us.
Well, I was worried that would like turn people away too. Like people are gonna get their feelings hurt and never come back.
Well, and where I stood on the subject was, the more people that we turn away for not liking it, the better. The tighter knit group that we build, the people who get the bit, as I've said many times before, we're gonna weed out the chaff, get rid of the shitheads, and we're gonna cultivate the good people in the industry. And god damn it, if that plan didn't work out fucking perfectly.
That's where the best like some of my favorite comments come from is the people who don't get it.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, earlier on, prior to you joining, so we revived a dead segment recently called Top Comments of the Week, which I'm sure you were familiar with at one point in time. So we killed the segment off a while ago, but we've revived it recently. And fortunately and unfortunately, it's been a lot less interesting. And I had a very interesting revelation on the last video. And about 95%, 95% of the comments have been people that have gotten the bit. Like, you look back on the old videos and it's just like, it's a 50-50 split on people who like, were just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that about my blah, 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 blah." And it's just like, get fucked, nerd. Like, come on. Like, seriously, like, understand that it's okay to laugh every now and again, right? Like, it's okay to laugh. We're not attacking you personally. Well, maybe we are attacking you personally because you're just a gigantic douchebag. But in this last video, dude, like, there's almost been none of that. And it's like the revelation has been like, holy crap, maybe we've converted them.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe either we're converting people, or people are starting to like know who we are. Maybe there's enough subs that people know what they're clicking on when they see a Tundra video.
Maybe, and that is thanks in very large part to your talent and effort, sir.
Well, we might just have to crank it up a notch because.
Oh, you're saying get more savage?
Yeah, yeah, or maybe I'll come up with a new idea that just
I like it.
It's a whole new sub demographic of gun owners.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Tundra Nation, would you like to see Eric, the guy that you know and love for the shit that he drops on your head, Would you like to see him step it up a notch? Let me know in chat right now. Eric, as I hope that you can tell, see and hear, we have significantly upgraded the quality of the stream itself through various pieces and bits of equipment. And I think that when you get back in town, sir, one of the things that I would like to do is I would like to incorporate you as a schedule providing, of course. Obviously, I understand, what you do for a living. But I would like to incorporate you as more of a regular host to the Tundra Nation live stream. That's something that I've been thinking about quite a lot. And of course, family providing and professionally, your work schedule providing, Saturday nights, around this time. If you are available, I'd like to get you on here, and one of the ways that I would like to do so is I would like to help pay for some equipment to get you set up so that you can do that, because in reality, guys, you deserve to know who this dude is. I have, Eric, you know this, but I'm gonna flatter you anyways. I have the utmost respect for this guy and what he does and the amount of work that he gives to us for literal free. He's a lot like Hypo. Like I can't pay these guys any money to do what they do, but they do it freely, and they do it for the sake of the community that we're building here. And so my offer to you as recompense and as a way of saying thank you to that,
hashtag vocab.
Yeah, right.
Recompense
to your effort is when you get back in town. Number one, as a way of saying, thanks for doing what you do on the National Guard level, and thanks for everything that you've contributed to the Tundra Nation. I would like to help get you set up with a streaming setup to become a regular contributor onto the Tundra Nation live stream, and maybe even, as we've discussed in the past, Hypo, future podcast.
Ooh, I like podcasts.
So, but that is my offer to you, sir. And I haven't had a chance to really talk to you in the last few weeks, but dude, like this has literally made my night. I miss the hell out of you. And we do have something that is getting put together for the unit, courtesy of the Tundra Nation. And if you could ask for anything that is courtesy of the Tundra Nation. Oh, go ahead. Hypo.
Let me step on your dick real hard, real fast for N7X Ranger and ask Eric, what specific type of coffee is preferable for you? Because he is all about getting you some wake up juice.
So I want to make one thing perfectly clear real quick. We understand that you're the XO, you're the supply guy. Okay. So we're not talking coffee for you.
No.
We're talking coffee for your entire unit, or as much as we can feasibly provide.
Much we can do. Yeah.
So everyone obviously loves Black Rifle. I'm so sick and tired of Folgers. If Folgers is in that box, I'm gonna assume that it's a joke and find some way to like ritualistically burn it.
Waking up.
But I forget what. So my first sergeant, aka my battle buddy, he was specifically asking to try and procure. God damn it! I'm trying to think of like the actual blend from Black Rifle, but it's like I think it's the lightest one. Silencer.
Yeah, that's good shit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I go through the hotel that I work at, the casino, and I'm gonna get the hotel coffee. I'm gonna get packets of that and send it to you.
Big oof there. Let's get an F in chat for Eric in the unit. But yeah,
right.
we are courtesy of N7X Ranger. So if you guys are part of the Discord and want to contribute to Eric's unit, not his literal unit, but the unit that he manages and contributes to, and you guys want to contribute some of that, what was it, Black Rifle Silencer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Silencer is, but anything other than Folgers is fantastic.
Fair enough. So if you guys
I almost strangled the life out of one of my guys pulling CQ duty the other morning. Because we had some Dunkin' Donuts that I was working on, and I came in and I saw that the whole like coffee little snack area that we've got was completely rearranged, looked really like nice, tidy, clean. And I go to grab my coffee, and I turn around and say, "Sergeant, where the fuck is my Dunkin' Donuts?"
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He gives me the it was like super expired, sir. I threw it out.
Excuse me, if I could interrupt just a second, Eric. This is what Eric said. You done fucked up, Sergeant.
Yeah, we haven't had pleasant conversation since then.
Sure. Guys, if you would like to contribute anything to Eric's unit out in Djibouti, Africa there, what I would ask you to do, in Djibouti, what I'd ask you guys to do is join up on the Tundra Nation Discord via the link in the description below, and message a gentleman in the Discord by the name of N7X Ranger. You can find him in the chat here by the same exact spelling and the same exact name, and get that coordinated with him. Eric, N7X Ranger is the gentleman that's going to be responsible for getting that care package put out to you, and once everything is assembled, the Tundra Nation will pay for the shipping to get out there for you guys. And hopefully we can, it might take us a little bit, but hopefully that within the next maybe month or two, we can put together a care package that will supply more than just yourself, and hopefully you'll be able to either hoard it for yourself the entire deployment, or share it amongst your unit, and spread the gospel of the Tundra Nation.
I've got stories about terrible leaders hoarding care packages.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
I'm going to save those for another time, and I'm going to drop this bomb on you. So I don't even know if you know, but so I'm jump master qualified.
Yep.
I've been working with the French commandos over here.
Oh, okay.
And myself and about 15 to 20 other members of my unit are going to be conducting a joint airborne operation.
Oh shit!
With the French commandos.
Really?
Oh, cool.
So, what I think would be cool, to put some stipulations, but if somebody would like some sort of trinket or Tundra memorial piece that has jumped out of an airborne, or jumped out of an aircraft.
Dildos.
If you guys send me just about freaking anything, I'll jump it out of an aircraft, a French aircraft in Africa.
There you go, folks.
Back home.
That's a pretty cool. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's got to fit in my cargo pocket. And
well, there goes dildos.
Once my cargo pockets are full, it's over.
Yeah. So N7X Ranger is saying we have an extra Tundra Nation patch. So the Tundra Nation has its Vaporwave patch that is now available for purchase.
I don't even have a Tundra Nation patch.
That's because they just came out. I just got mine in the mail.
Okay.
Yep. I just got mine in the mail a couple of days ago.
I don't have one.
Yeah. It's because you're not important enough. I don't know. Maybe.
What the?
I mean, you know, hey, talk to Boog. But we'll see. Is there a rough ETA on when we need to get something out there for you?
So this is going to happen probably within the next month and a half.
So time is of the essence.
Maybe a small flat rate or something to send some crap over.
Okay. So time is of the essence, folks. If you guys do want to get something that needs to be, or that you want to be officially jumped out of the aircraft, courtesy of the U.S. Army via the French Air Force / Air whatever they have in the Army, make sure to get on the Discord and make sure to get in touch with either myself or N7X Ranger to coordinate that to get it sent over to our good buddy Eric out in Djibouti, Africa.
Djibouti. Hey, let me put you both on the spot for a second. Eric, if I send you a script for a review for a Sitemark LPVO, will you help me spice it up? Tyler, ?
Absolutely.
Will you help me put this on the channel
for
a review?
Yeah, of course.
For LPVO that was helped purchased by the one and the only spec guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, hold on.
It's free real estate.
Okay, nobody else heard that on the live stream here, but
I didn't. I was waiting for the button push.
yeah, I
Just
sent it
so
out
nobody
live
else,
over the air.
like nobody else gets it, but I had some assistance getting a very nice optic actually. How long ago? That was like 2 months ago, man. 3 months ago?
No,
that was longer. Shit.
I left 3 months ago.
I
so
haven't
that's
shot it
probably
since then. It's been sitting on my gun since then, so I haven't had a chance to really actually go out and use it. But I really want to do a review for you. I want to like deep dive. Oh yeah, into what's good and what's bad about it. But I want to write something and I want to do something specific for Tundra about that and kind of use what I can to help with the channel. And I know Tyler's been kind of asking me to help a little bit with the channel and supply some content.
We gotta fill that gap, man. We gotta fill that gap. Hey, while while Eric is on the stream here, and I know we've gone a little over time, but we have the literal most special of special guests here. So I'm willing to allow it.
Ellie Bean's around.
No, unfortunately, she's not. So for those of you guys who don't know, Ellie Bean and Mama are already up north to the vacation spot that I'll be heading tomorrow. But Eric and Hypo, I wanted to show off to you guys. Now, I do not have plates for it yet, but I wanted to show off one of the newer acquisitions that I just picked up, courtesy of our Discord dealer, and that is Dr. Nikki in Discord. I have just picked up the Shellback Tactical Banshee 3.0.
I don't know if I've been on the internet looking for my own plate carriers way too much, but the second you lifted it, I immediately realized that was a Banshee.
Yes, it may be courtesy of the giant Shellback Tactical patch that is sitting on the front of it, but I got to tell you guys, if you're in the market for a plate carrier and you have not considered this thing yet, now granted, I have not yet run it in kind of a real world. But I owned originally the 1.0, the original Banshee. That was the plate carrier that I had back in the OG Tundra days that Eric has seen me wear and run the old school AR 500 plates in. This thing is it is by far and away a bit of an improvement. Bryce says, at Tundra Nation, is that special Banshee made by Husser? And no, it's not, and I'm still jealous of giving that plate carrier away to you. But I think that this is a good, solid consolation prize. What I would like to note, and what I think a lot of the deficiencies in plate carriers for the civilian market today are, and maybe even for the military market, I don't know, you guys aren't still using like IOTVs, are you?
No, so we actually have a pretty decent plate carrier that's a little bit more modular and a lot lighter than the IOTV.
Okay, that's definitely good. What I would like to note and point out, you can't really see it from this perspective, but when I turn it sideways and kind of spread it out, this is, yeah, right? This is without plates in it. Look at how much padding is on that carrier.
It's very minimal.
In all honesty, in correlation to my old plate carrier, this is fucking nuts in terms of padding. Like this shoulder pad, but this like my old plate carrier, when I used to hang mags off of it, it would just sag forward because there was no support. This is, like I said, this is with no plates in it whatsoever.
Sad days.
But
does it have 9mm protection on that side panel then?
No. This is just straight cloth cummerbund. It does have the option of soft armor inserts, which I did not go with. But dude, I gotta tell you.
So at least mine's got the 3 on the sides.
Yeah, I do not see. Generally speaking, I actually don't run a cummerbund on my carrier. I run it slick. I prefer having the airflow and the comfort. And as Eric can probably tell you, when you're running in hot environments and things like that, that airflow is not necessarily life or death, but god damn it, is it nice?
Yeah.
A lot of SF guys. Go ahead.
I always equated popping that cummerbund. That must be what it feels like when a girl takes her bra off.
Yes,
at the end of the day.
100%. Yep. Can confirm. I've compared. I've had my wife put this on and wear it for a significant period of time, or not this one, but the old one, and she ripped that Velcro off, and she did. Yep, exactly. It was the same thing.
It's the new. It's interesting how like the military follows the trends slowly. It's a big ship to right.
As you well know, being a logistics officer.
Right. The new plate carrier has ditched the cummerbund.
Oh, really? They're running slick?
It's not even an option. They made the whole. They built the plate carrier in conjunction with the LBE, so there's modular ways to either pop on or off the LBE if you choose to, or you can run it on the MOLLE straps that are all over the plate carrier. So I should bring that on and bring that on at some point. It's not in my office right now, but it's a pretty cool piece of equipment.
That's super cool. I didn't really know, I mean, I've been out of the games for so long now that, the last time that I remember the Army running anything was the IOTV and the shit show of, body armor that thing was. So,
yeah, in theory, it was better than the IBA, but they did it so much.
Yeah, I mean, back in my maintainer days, we were still running the old Interceptor vests.
Yeah, IBA, Interceptor, same difference.
It's just an absolute shit show of a piece of body armor, but you're
the IOTV. To put it in perspective, the IOTV with all 4 plates in, which is what I ran the entire year in Afghanistan, 32 pounds. That's before you add any ammo, batteries, water.
It gets upwards of like 70 pounds when you get everything added to it.
To put this into perspective properly and fairly, this was back in the days when you were still an NCO and actually like doing work. Right now you're cakewalking and
Is that like code for like back when you were young?
No. So for those of you guys who don't know, Eric did have the proper upbringing. You were 509th guy, right?
I spent some time on 509, 425. I bounced around Alaska, Louisiana, Fort Benning.
So
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
you got the proper credentials. You're not an ROTC guy. You're not a West Point dude. This guy was brought up through the shit. He experienced it. If you're a military person out there, especially an enlisted guy, you understand what it's like, especially dealing with officers, right? And
the worst, Ranger. Sorry to interrupt.
And so Eric was is a former enlisted that has currently seen the light and did what we all the rest of us NCOs and former enlisted folk could not do, and graduated into the officer rank because of those big brain moves.
A big brain.
I was looking at my potential retirement package yesterday, depending on how much longer I stay in, and I couldn't be happier with my decision.
Hey, you know what? Good for you. Good for you. It's kind of the same place that I'm at right now. It's just like, God, please don't get demonetized.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's dude, I do have to end the show pretty quickly here, even because I'm getting too drunk to continue on. And I have to get an entire video edited while I was drunk, or while I am drunk, which is going to turn into a giant shit show because I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So, Eric, I got to say, dude, it's been the highlight of my month getting to talk to you. I miss you, dude. I really fucking miss you. The entire Tundra Nation, myself, Hypo, even though he's doing the little cry face and shit like that, he misses you too. And let's get you on again, man. Let's get you on again. Let's schedule a time, a couple of weeks in advance when you're not on an op or you're not super busy wearing Ranger panties at the Red Sea. let's get something on to where we can have you as a guest officially for the full 2 hours of the show. And I just can't wait to hear from you again, dude. I'm proud of you. You're doing God's work, but in true Tundra fashion, we just don't know. You don't know what you miss, or you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? And that's what we're realizing with you right now. We miss you, buddy, and fuck it, dude. Just keep kicking ass and taking names.
This is all I got to say about Eric right now.
Cheers. Right to you, bud. This is to Eric and the people he represents. Good job, XO.
Everybody who wears the same uniform.
Hey, guys, I think that this is where we're going to end the show tonight. I know we didn't get to a lot of Ask Tundra Nation tonight, but hey, we had the extra special guest drop in on us, and we could not ignore that because that beautiful face I just cannot ignore. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this fine, northern or north Midwest Saturday evening. Or Sunday morning, I suppose, at this point, depending on where you're at in the good old United States of America, or good old United States, as
early
Eric would
Western
say,
evening.
As Eric would say, the United States of planet Earth. It's always one of my favorite lines. Thank you guys very much for joining us. On behalf of the Tundra Nation, we would like to wish you a very happy and safe rest of your weekend. I will be checking out early tomorrow morning to go on my first vacation in quite a few years, probably 3-4 years now. Well, no, 2 years, 2.5 years. Up
you
north.
Played fuck. You've been on vacation this whole time.
Oh, do not even get me started on how much work I put into this shit, especially since that motherfucker is left right there. Not by his own choice. But guys, thank you very much for joining us this fine evening, and we will see you next week when Hypo finish it out for me, baby.
We still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Here's my question to end this and the show tonight. Do you think, Eric, we will ever know what the fuck we're doing?
No, and
absolutely
I think
not.
If we ever do, it's time to stop.
I think it's time. I 100% agree with you. Tundra Nation, we bid you adieu. Have a wonderful weekend, and cheers. Bye.